My name's Sekhon and I'm the owner of Cheshire Dog School. I had a pretty normal childhood until I was 12 years old, and then literally overnight I became really ill with an autoimmune disease. Put me in a wheelchair, I had to drop out of school, and I was in a wheelchair and bedbound really for most of my teenage years. When everyone else at that age is out having fun, going to school, and I just had a complete alien existence compared to the rest of my friends. So my mum decided to get me this little dog, miniature poodle called Tiger, and he completely changed my life. He got me walking again. Everything he gave me was just, I can't put it into words. Later on I got 2 other dogs, and I was training my own dogs. I started competing in agility with my own dogs. I realised I had a talent for training dogs, and other people started to notice my talent for training dogs, and they asked me to help them train theirs. Before I knew it, I had enough people where I started to think I could probably make a business out of this. So here I was thinking I could make a career out of living and doing what I want to do. Probably my first challenge was actually just finding customers. I turned up on my first week of classes after heavily advertising, and I had 1 dog. And I had 1 dog probably for about 2-3 months, but I just kept persevering and persevering because I knew that what I was doing would work, and it grew from there. So we train on average about 100 dogs a week now. All of my training is positive reinforcement and reward-based training. Primarily I want the dogs to enjoy learning and working, because I do think you become what you surround yourself with. I find motivational recordings, YouTube videos, Instagram posts. I basically flood my brain with motivational thoughts all the time. I really like Eric Thomas, and there's actually a recording he's done, and he's telling the story of Kathleen Baker. She's an Olympic medalist swimmer. She had Crohn's disease. She was 12 years old, right, and she was told she wouldn't be able to compete, to be able to swim, and there's a part of the recording where he keeps repeating, she was 12 years old, she didn't give up. She was 12 years old, she kept going.
She was 12 years old, not 19 when she found out, not 29 when she found out, not 30. She was a 12-year-old girl. She did not give up. I told you, a year later, she's still struggling. She did not give up. She did not give in. She did not get derailed.
I'm listening to it and I'm going, it's me. It's like, I feel like he's talking about me, because I was 12 years old. I was in a really bad situation, but I kept pushing through. And when I listen to it, it reminds me of why I'm doing what I'm doing as well, and I'm doing it for the 12-year-old me that couldn't see any future. I've done vision boards since I was about 14 years old. I'm constantly updating them, and I've kept all my vision boards, so I do a vision board a year, the main one, and I've kept them back from when I first started. And I look back and I have achieved everything I put on the vision board. It might be cheesy, but it keeps me going, so it works for me. Cheshire Dog School will be 6 years old this year. It's been fantastic. I've learnt such a lot. It's made me grow as a person. I've learnt about everything to do with running a business. I remember we had 1 dog who was an extreme case of neglect in his previous home, and it took about 6 months of work, but they eventually sent me photos and they'd taken him on holiday, and the dog's running along the beach in Wales, and he's so happy, and there's a picture of him in the car, and it's rewarding to know that I've made a difference to dogs and owners' lives. Last year I was nominated for an Enterprise and Vision Award, which is an award to recognise women in business in the North West. It came as a complete surprise to me, and I actually ended up winning the training and coaching category. I went up on the stage and made a speech. I never expected it at all. Winning the award was not just about actually winning a business award. For me and for my parents, it went so much deeper than that. And I remember I actually said in the speech that this was for them, that they had believed in me that I could achieve anything. I think work-life balance is a huge thing for me, and this is a lesson I've had to learn the hard way. I did throw myself into work, and before I knew it I was working 7 days a week and just continuously on this loop, and then ending up getting burnt out, being ill, not enjoying what I was doing, until I realised I have to be really strict with myself to make sure I have a good work-life balance. One of the huge benefits of working for myself is I'm in charge of my diary and my schedule. I was able to take a month off to go travelling last year, and it's something I want to do again, because I think travelling does so much for your mind that it should be a way of life rather than I'm doing a gap year and then that's it. Especially being in the position I was in, to have freedom and flexibility means such a lot. So the future of the business, I'm really excited about it. I've got several things planned and in the pipeline, which I can't really talk about at the moment, but if they all come together, as they should do, then it's going to be really exciting for the actual business, but also just for my personal growth and things I want to achieve in my life as well. Especially if it's something you're really passionate about, you know whether you can make it work. So listen to other people by all means and take on their opinions, but go with what you know. I don't think it's necessary to have this huge detailed plan for how you're going to run your business. Have the outline, but if planning's not one of your main skills, and it's not one of mine, then don't feel like you're failing because you haven't got the detailed business plan or know every single little step about what you need to do. Just be ready to just go with it. Make sure that you recognise that other areas of your life affect your work. So work is not separate to your life, and like it or not, work is a huge part of most people's lives. It's what you spend the majority of your time doing. It's important you enjoy it, but it's also important you realise that other areas of your life, such as relationships, hobbies, things you do for fun and how you relax, have an impact on your work and your success with work.